Hi everyone. It has been a whirlwind of a day. Um, got hyper focused on something last night and ended up not going to sleep until after 2. I was hoping to get up early today because I hadn't packed yet for um the weekway, but that didn't happen. I ended up waking up 9, went to put on my hearing aids, and realized that one of the wire that connects over the earpiece to the one thing that goes in the ear was broken. Which, yeah. And I can't wear just one hearing aid because it makes the room spin. So it's either both of them or none. Which is really a tough situation where I have moderate sensory hearing loss in both ears, and so I miss a lot of things. Anyways, so there was a lot. Ended up having to do a lot of calls, back and forth, trying to arrange when I can could go down and get those fixed, and with my ride to take me to where I'm staying the week, and they managed. It was able to work out so you could go down today to get it done, which was nice. It just meant that we would be driving back in the dark for part of the way, which not so nice. But anyways, I got those fixed. Actually, let's back up. So get that situated to scheduled to get that worked out. It was a last minute change of ended up leaving Oreo home instead of bringing him because he's come down with some kind of respiratory infection that's progressing really quickly, and I didn't want to add the additional stress of him traveling where he doesn't travel well and stuff. So one of my neighbors was willing to come in, go over and check on him and make sure he had plenty of food and stuff. So great. I ended up doing that. But she was gonna come over. She was gonna come over this morning to go over everything she needed to know. And so she had texted me saying that she could come over either at 10 or 11. Now, I somehow thought that I was meeting with my mental health caseworker at 10:30, so I told her 10. And I happened to, after you get that squared away, I was getting ready, and I happened to look in my schedule, and I saw that I was actually meeting my caseworker at 10 instead of 10:30. So I had to go back, get back in touch with the one who was coming over and get that squared away, and da-da-da. And of course, I was running way behind. I hadn't even taken Bella out yet by the time my worker got there. But I was able to take her out real quick, and was going to one of the local pantries to get some food. Where $170 does not go very far with for the month, and that's pretty much all I have to work with for the month for food. So any little bit helps. But anyways, we got over there and walked in there, and it was packed. At which point my caseworker had let me know that she had to be somewhere else by 11, so she might have to leave me there to come back and pick me up afterwards. It was a really quick thing, and at which point I wanted to I said, we'll just leave then, because where I had scheduled to meet up with the neighbor for at 11, and I was stressed. Sensory overload, major anxiety attacks, the whole 9 yards. I don't do well around a lot of people. And, anyways, she talked me into staying to at least see how long, just to see how long it'll be, and if I don't get called up by a certain time, we'll just leave then. It's like, fine. So I went and signed in, and which was not too bad, just long line and a lot of anxiety, where just anxiety. So I managed to get through that, and didn't help that there was a guy there who was doing things for attention, and like pretending to fall and pretending to make fake phone calls and all this other stuff. And it's one of those, and you knew it was for attention, especially after, as soon as he got outside out of sight of everybody, he was walking fine and no longer stumbling, I'm sorry, and all that. So, but that only added to the stress of the whole situation. But I'm glad we stayed, because I was able to get, they had a couple of things of big trays of fruit that I was able to get for free, and along with a whole chicken and sandwich meats and some other sliced meats and stuff that I threw in the freezer, plus bread and all kinds of yummy stuff. So it's nice to actually have pretty much a full freezer now, which is awesome. But anyways, I'm glad we went there, and we got back. A neighbor came over, and it was just a short thing about getting things set up with Oreo, where he has an automatic feeder and a fountain, and so he technically could go the week without someone there. I just wanted someone to check in on him, especially where he isn't feeling well. But it's around this time that I still hadn't had any coffee for the day, hadn't had anything to eat, and still had to put away all the stuff frozen stuff before it started the thaw, and I still hadn't packed anything yet. And it was about that time where the one who was coming to pick me up told me that she would be there at 1:30, and she had mentioned, kind of requested that have everything packed so that we can just go from there straight to here, instead of having gone back by my place, which I agree to. I mean, that was fair. So I was rushing around trying to get things packed, and trying not to get sidetracked with everything, and because there was several different things they went to pick back, and it's like that I could, things like might get around to doing here or whatnot, and it's like, no. I told myself, no, I will just put it back. Plenty to do here without all that extra stuff that I don't likely do. Anyways, so yeah, got everything patched. Went to get everything loaded into the car, which is fine. And Bella we had put Bella into the neighbor's yard where we was lugging things out, and she decided she didn't want to come to me. She was too busy running around where she hasn't been able to run around a lot lately outside because of how soft the ground is, and um, trying not to tear up the neighbor's yard too much. But thankfully, I had asked my friend, if the one who was taking me, if she could come over and call Bella, where Bella links her to her little mate Sky, so she gets all excited, and she did, and Bella came running right over her, which is great. Got her in the car, and it was a quick thing at the Urinay place, and it was a long drive back because it was heavy rain, and a lot of it was in the dark. After dark, we get dark so early, and it was a stressful ride, but we got here safely. And as I was unpacking the car to get everything squared away, I realized that I did not bring my winter coat or other shoes, which is better for outside, which wouldn't so much be a problem, except for on Friday night, we have tickets to go to a place nearby that has lights and stuff, and it's gonna be a cold night, so hopefully the bag that has my heated vest got brought in. I didn't even think to check when I was upstairs, but if not, we'll figure out something. It just layers and things like that. It's just it was just overwhelming, and to add to the stress of everything, as soon as we got here, Bella peed on the floor, which she doesn't do at home, thankfully, anymore. So it kind of the ones I'm staying with kind of chalked it up to her being excited about seeing Sky and all this other stuff. But later in the evening, when I was getting ready to sit down to eat, I saw her go over and deliberately do it again, even though I couldn't quite get to her time and she was ignoring me. So I immediately put her on a leash, and I kept her on the leash the whole time I was upstairs, except when she went out for go outside with her sister, which both her and her sister was begging me to let Bella off the leash so they could run around and play, but I knew that if I didn't give Bella some tough love, she was going to keep doing it, which is, it's just weird that she's doing it here when she doesn't anywhere else. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but I have a very, very upset puppy, because we ended up coming down here early, and instead of getting to sleep on the bed with me, where she kept trying to pull to go upstairs, and she wasn't really listening, I have a crate down here that I put her in the crate for the night, which is kind of sad, because I like cuddling with her and such. We have a whole routine that we usually do at night, and we can't with her being in the crate. But I had given her a chance to settle down and be with me on the bed, and she just didn't want to do it. So in the crate she went, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow, if need to keep her on the leash again, or just inside, or if she can be out running around. So we'll see. But anyways, that is the gist of the whirlwind day. Hopefully tomorrow will be much calmer. Yeah. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.